Okay, Mario once again with MIA Microflight. This is my go-kart, and this is what I was talking about in my other video where I showed the full kart, and I was discussing some of the features and some of the couple little issues that this had. I just machined these pieces here out of Delrin. This is inside this basically T fitting, PVC T fitting. This has a steel conduit inserted in there with an adapter, and this is going to go in here. And so this will allow the this will allow for a much more smoother operation of the steering column here. Oh, beautiful! Yeah. So there should be no squeaking whatsoever, as before. Okay, so this is fixed. I just wanted to capture this on video and just once again showcase some of these little details that they do matter. If you have something that's binding or it's not operating properly, it's going to it doesn't feel right sometimes, and it just doesn't, little noises, stuff like that are kind of annoying. So I just fixed this. This is working excellent. A very tight tolerance here with this conduit. It'll wear out a little bit. Delrin is excellent for establishing or making parts, such as this, just a washer, sort of a bearing washer. Delrin's excellent material for that, as opposed to ABS or PVC. That's just not good. It'll bind. But Delrin, it's got self-lubricating properties. So that's done. This at the bottom also has a nylon washers here, so that's also good. Nylon or Delrin is good materials for anything that deals with bearings and something that needs to be almost frictionless. If you don't want to go with ball bearings. I did have a box of ball bearings. All kinds of ball bearings that I keep, for odds and ends projects. And I was going to use a couple of these, but you can see the weight of this. This starts adding a lot of weight, and I don't want to add any more weight to this go-kart as it is. I kind of messed up my back a little bit lifting this up by myself yesterday. So I don't want to introduce any more weight here. It starts getting pretty heavy when you start adding up all the ball bearings. Especially heavy-duty ball bearings. This is fine. Delrin keeps everything lightweight, keeps everything clean, as you see it here. Now I'm about to connect this back to where it was, put my clamp there, my maker pipe connector clamped here, and now install the my wheel. So, by the way, I had to remove this. By the way, this is done with PVC heat shrink tubing that maker pipe connector. The company that sells maker pipe connectors, they sell also this PVC tubing. So I bought a lot of this stuff right here. So I'm gonna have to cut another piece and just put it right there, because I had to cut this to get this out of here. So, and I have to continue doing the same thing with these. This is going to be a little more trickier because my PVC tubing has gotten a little it has shrinked a little bit over the years. I've had I don't know, a couple of years I've had this heat shrink tubing, even though I've kept it in size. Changes in temperature tend to affect these things. So I'm going to have to either get some new PVC tubing, this yellow stuff, and the only thing is that I have to take apart all these things here, and I have to do each individual section here with PVC tubing, to make it look like that. It's super clean. It's a super clean way to do this, and this is easily cleaned, with soap and water. PVC tubing, unless you scratch it, and then you're stuck with a dent or a scratch, like this right here. I kind of hit it with my wrench, but other than that, this is set. My wheels, I already changed the bearings on these. Put some really good bearings on these wheels here. I'm waiting for a new set of wheels. These have been here for as long as I had this go-kart. It's been even though this is covered, when it sits outside in the weather with the extreme heats, the heat here in Arizona, it tends to It tends to wear out, the rubber parts, and even a little moisture kind of creeped in here. It kind of rusted a little bit. My belt drive here and a couple of these parts right here. So I'm going to take these out. I think I'm going to coat them with paint. Just sand them and then coat them with paint. These little steel blocks. Anyway, once again, Mario with MIM Microflight. Stay tuned for more as I'm working on this card. Here I have my throttle kind of attached on the side here, which is not too awkward, but this should really be on the handlebar. Somehow I'm going to have to attach the throttle. Oh no, wait a minute, what am I saying? This throttle, I'm supposed to modify that and put a pedal here, so it'll be my gas pedal. So I have to modify one of these guys here. This is from a scooter. This will have to be taken apart because the switch here, I already have a switch on my panel, which sits at the control panel, which sits right here. I've shown that in some other video. So that switch will be connected to the wiring here. So I have to cut this wiring and kind of rearrange this with the switch on the panel and the throttle on the foot here, the lever here. So I'll do that, little by little. Stay tuned for more videos as I do all these things, and I also finalize. This wheel actually broke. It gave out right there. These are once again Harbor Freight wheels. You get what you pay for. So I had these, and with the weight of my son-in-law and my grandson, they were both on this card. That kind of weakened that section right there. So I ended up welding that. I'm not a welder, but I did my best there. The other side is actually much better. The other side of this, so I welded on both sides. This was kind of crappy here, and I'm not too concerned about this, but I am getting some new wheel hubs, some better wheels, than this stuff right here. And because this is 3/4 inch conduit, which approximates more 0.9475 or something like that. Outside diameter, it's not quite an inch. I had to shim this with this steel plate right here, so that it'll go a little more precise inside these ball bearings, which are 1 inch. These pillow blocks and ball bearings are designed for 1 inch pipe. I should have just used a 1 inch pipe, but this is what I had, and I was kind of eager to do this all with conduit and not deviate, from not mix too many materials. But I had to adapt this wheel here. The way you see it here is kind of crappy here, so this is going to go out. I'm going to put some real good ones here. In fact, I already ordered a real shaft, for a go-kart, along with sprockets. And I don't need the sprockets because this is already. I really don't want to take this apart. It's a lot of work, and this is working just fine. All I need is just make some kind of an adapter here, a steel adapter that'll grip onto this hub right there. So we'll see. I'm waiting for the new wheels to come in. I ordered some tubeless wheels. This one is actually has a tube. The tube went bad on this one. I fixed it, but it didn't last too long. It was good for a day or two, and that was it. So I'm going tubeless here on the rear wheels. The front ones are going to remain the same. Those are they have tools, but these are much better wheels because they're reinforced the way you see it there with this T support here, to the hub. So I don't have these locked yet because I'm going to take these out to inflate the tires. But not just now. I'm waiting for these wheels, like I said, to come in, and once I do that, I'll be inflating the tires and giving this another run here. This is a little bit loose again. So I have to make that adjustment via these two maker pipe connectors here that support. These maker pipe connectors go through I believe there's a nut. Let me see. How did I do this? There is a bolt there. There's a bolt. I believe that's a 3/8 bolt right through there. It's attached to this ABS plate here, supporting this whole assembly. But it is supported here with a. Oh yeah, I remember how I did this. I inserted a hex coupler here, and I drilled through the hex coupler so that this bolt would go through the hex coupler, a 3/8 coupler, which fits inside this maker pipe connector. And if we see it from the side, we can probably see there it is, that gray part right there. That's part of my hex coupler. And so that hex coupler is actually acting as it's attached to this bolt right here, so it's not going anywhere, prevents it from twisting. And then the bolt attaches to the hex coupler, threaded coupler from the top right here. But I can relocate this. I can slightly tilt this to the back to tighten the chain. I was going to say belt drive, it's a chain drive. So I can make that adjustment there. So that's not a big thing. So I'll be doing that. But I'm just going to wait till these new wheels come in. You can see here, this is also about to give. You can see the crack right here. You know, these are not meant for riding and running. You know, the